Well, if everything's working right, which I hope it is anyway, I got to go and I got to snip off the end of this one. I did one on my phone a while ago where I had to add to some of these, and there's going to be a couple I got to snip off a little bit. So, again, like I said, it's causing my uneven walls and a lot of other factors around. The sun is blinding right in my eyes. See if I can do this without hurting myself. Oh, yeah. That's all right. Not too bad. Just had to snip off a little bit. I think I might just snip off a little bit of that next two. Looks like. Not a lot, but a little bit. And it was so hot out here a while ago. I had so much sweat up now I couldn't even see. I had to get a rag and wipe my eyes out. Now I use my template. I got a template made. Where I put it at. There it is. I use this, take it up there, get it lined up the best that I can. And it's got a bevel side on it. Let me get a different one. Yeah. This here looks all right. Up and down the ladder, 100,000 times, seems like sometimes. All right. Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, today's world is just can't get no help. I finally got a little bit of help. I got to call this guy about cut my grass, and I called two other people in this little trading post paper or book, and I called two other people and left a message. Third call I called this guy. He was right over there in a little town called Jemison, which ain't far from me. It's about 6 miles. And he came right on over, looked at it, told me how much he cut it for, which I thought was really cheap compared to who I had cutting it before. And he's 75 years old and has had 2 strokes. And that's who I'm having to get to cut my grass. I mean, like I said, I called 2 other people that was in that magazine. Neither one of them has called me back. I left a message, voicemail. Neither one has called me or anything. I mean, I say whenever one person you can get is 75 years old and had 2 strokes, and he's still cutting grass. I mean, my gosh, it's just, that's, and don't get me wrong, he done an excellent job. Man, that's the best my yard has ever looked. I think I'm cutting it wide open. You know, I'm trying to get done real quick. Just like I'm doing it right after supper and trying to get done before it gets dark or whatever. He come over at 9 o'clock. He just took his time and he had a little 48-inch cut, a little small zero turn. And man, he made that yard look so good. There ain't no big piles of cut grass or anything. He'd run back over that with his deck raised up to scatter that out and everything. I mean, that's about the best job I've ever seen. I had this company doing it one time before, and I mean they did all right. They didn't look near as good as what he did today. And he cut everything too, around my pond dam, around my garage, inside my enclosure for my cats, on the backside. I mean, he even figured out how to get that mower around my car shelter around there. Had to run through the edge of some brush and everything, but he got it back there and cut that. I mean, he was just surprised me how good a job he did. You can't even get younger people to try to even call younger. Of course, I don't know the people I called if they were younger or what. I have no idea. I'm just guessing, I guess, but still. Yeah, let's go and cut this one. All right. Got 3 more I got to snip off, at least 3. Maybe it might be a little bit more than that. Me. The other problem I got with this mess here, like I say again, is the width of some of these boards. I got one down there I had to add to, and the piece I added on was wasn't as wide as the other board that was already there, like almost a 1/4 inch difference. Man, it's just a shame that you can't get some decent lumber that's all the same size, same width, same thickness. I mean, what happened to quality control? I guess that's non-existing anymore, I presume. Well, shame that you can't get quality lumber anymore. I guess because everything you get is number 2. And some of this stuff you get is number 2 or it'd be number 3. It ain't even close to being number 2. I mean, I guess number 1 lumber is just impossible to get. I'm sure you have to pay a premium price for it if you could even get it. I don't even know if you can, to be honest. Well, let's get this done. And another thing too is, um, I'm not getting any younger. Right now, there's a little bit of a breeze blowing. It does feel pretty doggone good right at the moment. Thank goodness. I take a nice little breeze like this any day. Of course, I'm sure it's trying to bring in some rain. Now, we heard some thunder a while ago. What is that? Little boat out there. Is that board or is it my board? Huh. Must be this one. There's a knot right there, I guess. My board seems to be pretty flat. Well, I think I'm probably out of my camera range. I better turn my camera a little bit, I presume. That got me a little bit. I need to put something else on top of this where I try to line it up every time. Let's see what I got here. Now, it's got a little bit of a curve to that. Yep, that's sort of twisting. I know y'all can't see me where I'm at, but that's all right. I'm trying to contemplate something here a little bit. Well, me. Oh me, oh my, oh mo. I don't know if that's a 90 degree or not. Nope, it ain't. I don't know if it's my 2x, if it's my 1x or what, I don't have no idea. Well, that ain't gonna work. Let me just stop this thing for right now. Yeah, somebody at work the other day asked me about my channel, you know. So, well, what do you try to put on your channel? And I said, well, I talk a lot of stuff about how stupid some stuff is, you know. I said, there's no shortage of that. No shortage at all. It's just everywhere. And this comedian, this Bill Engvall was the first comedian to talk about stupid people. You know, they don't have to wear a sign, which I agree with that. They should have to wear a sign. That way, like you said, you wouldn't ask them anything. So, oh, excuse me, I didn't see your sign. You know. But there's another comedian was talking about, you know, how, you know, that's how everybody learn, you know. I mean, learn stuff. You know, you learn not to stick your finger in something that's electrical, you know, or, you know, you don't stick your hand in scalding hot water. You do it one time, and you don't do it no more. I'll put, oh, well, that's, you know, you should learn. No, most of the time they need to learn. But you got to learn from experience. So they ain't a cure for stupid. The only thing, well, I'll say this, on if you let the stupid people just keep doing their stuff until they, you know, eventually they'll probably learn. Some of them will. And you got some people that just cannot learn anything at all. I mean, I don't care how much you try to protect them and all this stuff. I mean, it's still like they're a walking disaster, and there's no hope for them. But and trust me, I've been around some of them. Been around quite a few of them, to be honest. I mean, it's just sad how some people, and it is sad. It's because they've been sheltered all their life from bad things. You know, oh, you know, every little thing, I won't let them do nothing. You know, oh, he might get hurt. Yeah, he might get hurt, and he might not. He might enjoy it, having a good time for a change instead of, you know, you building this wall around him, you know, to keep him safe. That's what you got to do. Living in the wrong world. Because I tell you now, you just can't protect everybody from everything. People's got to learn on their own. I can cut that one or not. I ain't got. I'm gonna get my jigsaw and cut that one, I guess. That's the easiest way I found to do it, cutting it the other way. Ooh, boy, done got humid again. My breeze went away. Story of my life. That's all right. Ah. All right. Yeah, I'm having to look right into the sun. It's just blinding the crap out of me. Oh my, got that one a little bit into the mud. It's all right. If it's off, it's just off just a smidge. I called it. Everybody said, well, how much is a smidge? I said, it's about that much. And you look at me with that crazy look. What are you talking about? Yeah, I say, it's just something you never understand. You know. But, you say it's off about a frog hair. How much is a frog hair? Very, very little. So frogs don't have hair. Everybody used to have a saying, you know, you're trying to get anything out of them like pulling hen's teeth. I said, what do you mean by that? I said, that's just a saying. You know, hen don't have no teeth. They got a beak, but they don't have teeth. It's just one of the old sayings people always said, you know, back in the day. And I think this might be my last one I have to cut. Will be this one. You're hearing thunder rolling. This is not a good thing. Thought I heard the bobwhite quail again. The only bad thing, someone says something about a golden year, and I hate hearing that term. It just pisses me off whenever I hear that, golden years. You know what I found what's good about getting old? Not a damn thing. Literally not a damn thing. I mean, you move slower, everything hurts, you're stiff as crap. I used to run up down these damn ladders, they weren't nothing. I'm talking here just a few years ago. But, you know, I said, oh, you know, this golden years. I said, I ain't found a damn thing golden about this crap. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about or where they getting that from. You know, they're talking about, oh, you can do whatever you want. No, you can't. Not unless you're just rich or very well off. Because you just can't do whatever you want. Everything's cost too much. And I don't foresee things getting much better. But I could be wrong. You know, like I used to say, I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. People look at me deer in the headlight look like, what do you mean by that? I mean, well, it means I ain't wrong. What it boils down to. Uh, I think them last ones, they're fine. I'm done with this side. Well, that's going to be it for today as far as what I'm going to record. I keep hearing thunder rolling. I hear it right now. And that ain't good when you hear that. Even though it's fairly clear, that thunder's got to be coming some way or another. Maybe it's going the other way, which I'm never that lucky. But just clicking along with this best I can. Looking all right. We just have to see how it goes. I hope I got to get my supports in. I like to get my supports in on this side over here for the Rafters and go and try. I like to try to get my gable ladder. I like to try to get this at least one side dried in, if nothing else. That would be great if I could do that. But we just have to see how that works out. But we'll see. I'm going to call it quits for the videoing. I got sawdust in my pockets too on top of everything else. But, everybody needs to take a step back and look. Just look around you sometimes. I mean, stupid is everywhere you can lay your eyes, on the road and stores and places where you work. I mean, it's just everywhere. And it's amazing how these people have made it this long being such a dumbass. You know, you got these people protesting and everything about these people, you know, sending these illegal immigrants back and everything. They was out there protesting peacefully like they're supposed to be, which is 100% legal, and it was carrying the United States flag. I would not say a word about it, because they got every right to. I mean, the Constitution gives them that right to protest peacefully. When you start burning shit and setting everything on fire and destroying property, and then you get up there and then you're waving the flag from the country you came from because you said they mistreated you, why are you waving that flag? You know, that's stupid, you know, on the highest level you can get, okay? I'm talking about you're right up there on the verge of being brain dead. And a lot of them probably are. And these other people here in the United States that are supporting that crap, like the people in California, the mayor and the governor of Los Angeles and everything, them people right there, they right up there with the people that's protesting. Their brains was nitroglycerin, they couldn't blow their nose. That's just how little brain they got. You got to step back and look. And I seen these other people talking online on a little YouTube thing. They were immigrants. Come over here, said it took him a long time, but he got to be a legal citizen of the United States, and he said that's the way it's supposed to do it. And he said people shouldn't be trying to cut in line. I've had people that's been here for 10 years trying to become a citizen, and I admire those people that's trying to become, that's want to become citizens. You know, they've been working at it, and I agree. For them to become a citizen, it just takes way too long. I'm talking about someone said they've been waiting 10 years. That's ridiculous. they should be, so, they get here and they can pass the test, whatever test it is they got to take and everything. And they've been here, they come here on a visa, and they want to become a citizen and everything, to come here legally like they're supposed to. I mean, why is it taking them so long to get their citizenship? That is just freaking retarded. That's another thing up on the stupidity ladder. Some of our governmental functions is just so, I don't even have a word to describe it. It's just terrible. People shouldn't have to wait that long. That's the point I'm just getting at. I mean, our country was built on immigrants, basically. Everybody that came here came from another country. It went all the way back to the Pilgrims. They come from England over to here. So if you're going to do it, let's do it right. I suppose, but let's try to help these people that are here legally or come in legally on a visa or whatever, and they want to become a citizen. They did it all by the right standards and by the right methods. Let's get that time limit shortened up, man. 10 years trying to become a citizen. That's just freaking that's insanity, and I just don't understand that. Well, enough about that crap. I know some people don't even want to hear about that, but that's just the way I feel. I mean, I think person wants to come in here legally and wants to become a citizen. I think that's great. All these illegals over here swamping us, sucking our social services dry, taking money away from our elderly and handicapped people that needs those social services. And then we got these people that's just living on social services, been living on it for decades just because they're too sorry to work. Now those people there, that's another bunch they need to get rid of right there. And I heard they've been cutting a lot of them out where they can't get squat, and I think that's great. They need to get out perfectly healthy people living off the welfare system. That's something wrong with that picture. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to try to finish up a little bit more stuff, and then I'm going to call it a day. Live life to its fullest. Leave me a comment, subscribe, like, anything. Like I say, leave me a comment. Whether, you like what I'm doing or you don't like what I do. You like what I say or you don't like what I say. Just leave me a comment about it. I'd like to hear it. I'm, fairly open-minded about, some stuff to a certain extent. And, we can agree to disagree. Like that. So, y'all leave me a comment. I'd like to hear some comments from something. I've got a few, not very many. But I would like to hear some good or bad comments, either one. But I know I'm doing a lot of stuff wrong. I'm sure y'all gonna rake me over the coals for the stuff I've done wrong. I've done so much stuff wrong on this. It's just unimaginable sometimes when I get to stand back and look at it. But leave me a comment. Y'all take care.